Hey guys, welcome back with another episode of House of the Dragon. Last week's negotiations between King Viserys and House Hightower appear to be paying off, at least for some of the parties involved. The king is overjoyed with the celebrations of his first living male heir, Prince Aegon II, who was named after Aegon the Conqueror. Queen Alicent is expecting her second child, and Lord Otto Hightower now has a direct line to the throne that he could only dream of as the king's hand rather than his father-in-law. Only Princess Rhaenyra, whose claim to the throne has been weakened by the birth of her baby brother, and Prince Daemon appear to be unhappy with this turn of events. But when has Prince Daemon ever been happy? Perhaps he finds some solace in riding his dragon into the Stepstones and burning the Crabfeeder's men, and some of his own men as well. No scene in the history of the Game of Thrones universe has ever made the monarchy's disdain for its subjects as clear, as Daemon landing his dragon right on top of a poor sailor that was just thrilled that the prince had come to save him. It was an A+ performance. Daemon couldn't see it because he was too busy spitting fire all over the place. Unfortunately, this attack was insufficient to end the fight against Prince Drahar. With the war dragging on for 3 years, the Triarchy has retreated to the Bloodstone's caves, where Daemon's dragons cannot reach them, and the king's rogue brother may soon face trouble in his own ranks. King Viserys is aware of his brother's predicament, but he couldn't care less. Having a baby boy around has blinded him to anything other than partying, jousting, and hunting, just as it did in episode 1. As one lady put it, he chooses to ignore the fact that whether he admits it or not, the crown is already at war. This voluntary blindness may cost Viserys some support from the higher houses, which the king cannot afford right now. Many lords are irritated that Viserys has yet to declare Aegon as his official heir, and his very public fight with Princess Rhaenyra in the midst of his son's name day hunt didn't help his popularity. Rhaenyra's rage at the king stems from more than just feeling threatened as the heiress to the throne, or feeling betrayed by her former best friend. All lords of the realm have been filling her father's mailbox with marriage proposals since she turned 18, and now Rhaenyra has to deal with unwanted attention from men like Jason Lannister, who approaches her with that Lannister cockiness we all know and love. His remark about the wonders of Casterly Rock and how wealthy his family is causing Rhaenyra to start a commotion, and storm out of her brother's party with Ser Criston in tow. And she hasn't even heard about Lord Otto's plan to marry her off to Prince Aegon. Aside from heated arguments and icky marriage proposals, little Aegon appears to be having a very auspicious name day, at least for the time being. Some of the king's scouts returned to camp with word of a white hart sighting in the woods. Prior to the arrival of the dragons, the beast was regarded as the king of the forest. As a result, its sighting is a good omen for the young prince, and Lord Otto takes advantage of the opportunity to suggest that the king make the boy his heir as soon as possible. Unfortunately, when the king's men return with a white hart for Viserys to slaughter, it isn't a white hart. Viserys has a difficult time bringing the animal down, whether out of disappointment or sheer weakness, not to mention the king's health problems. Perhaps he would be relieved to learn that his other child discovered the white hart in the woods and decided to release it. Rhaenyra returns from the woods covered in blood, with the carcass of a boar she stabbed in close combat, in a display of strength that contrasts with her father's difficulty in killing an already trapped deer. Aegon's hunt concludes on a bittersweet note, and the royal family returns to the Red Keep. The event has made it abundantly clear that the lords are unwilling to accept Rhaenyra as queen, now that the king has a male heir, and Rhaenyra will not relinquish her position easily. King Viserys must decide whether to appease the houses that keep him in power or to maintain his relationship with his daughter. Last week, the king demonstrated that he is a man who follows his heart by marrying Alicent instead of Lady Lena. By the end of this episode, he has made yet another risky, emotional decision and has assured Rhaenyra that no one will take her place as his heir. And, while he reminds the princess that marriage is her duty, he also allows her to choose the best man for the position of king consort. This is far from King Viserys' only game-changing decision in second of his name. The king finally agrees to intervene at the Stepstones after receiving a cry for help from Lord Corlys' brother, Vaemond. The only person who is unhappy with His Majesty's decision to enter the war is, you guessed it, Prince Daemon. He's so upset by it that he nearly kills the messenger who brought him word of Viserys' departure from King's Landing. Daemon, seeing his brother's actions as a threat rather than a helping hand, goes a step further to demonstrate the strength of his and the king's forces. In the heat of battle, he pursues the Crabfeeder into one of Bloodstone's caves and emerges dragging the upper half of his adversary's body, intestines exposed for all to see. It's unfortunate that Prince Drahar died so suddenly. Fans have been dying to learn more about this cruel, mysterious figure since his appearance in the final seconds of episode 2. His mask and deformed, grayscale-like features heighten the terrifying portrait that Lord Corlys had been working on since episode 1. Crabfeeder Prince, the much-touted newest threat to the Seven Kingdoms, was nothing more than that. At the very least, we can be certain that the crown does not require external foes to spark a war. Daemon's claims to power are becoming increasingly loud, and it's only a matter of time before Aegon and Rhaenyra face off for the Iron Throne. And, as the late King Jaehaerys predicted, the only force capable of bringing House Targaryen down is House Targaryen itself.